We chase the whitest smile possible, buying gels and strips to bleach away any hint of stain. Today, we equate health with a blinding glow. But for 1,000 years in Japan, a bride reached for the opposite. On her wedding day, she revealed a smile of deep, polished black. These teeth were glossy and deliberate, a practice known as ohaguro. To the people in this room, a pale tooth looked unfinished, even wild. Maintaining this look was a grueling daily labor. The dye was a pungent, sour liquid that smelled of old metal. Applying it required a strong stomach and constant patience. Why would a nation endure this ritual for over a millennium? As it turns out, that layer of black dye was performing a biological function that modern medicine wouldn't name for another 1,000 years. To understand the appeal, we have to look at how old Japan perceived the color black. They saw it as a sign of richness and depth. Think of fine lacquerware, polished until it glows with a deep, wet shine. That surface represented luxury and meticulous care. When a woman blackened her teeth to that same liquid darkness, she was wearing that standard of craft on her own body. This look also served a specific visual purpose. The most prized skin was powdered pale, almost like moonlight. A mouth of deep black made that paleness glow. The two extremes framed the face, creating a visage that looked composed and refined. By the Edo period, ohaguro had evolved into a strict social language. It immediately told the world who you were. A young woman with black teeth was announcing that she had reached adulthood. In many cases, it signaled that she was married. Without rings to identify a person's status, the smile provided the answer. It was identity worn right at the front of the face, a marker of a woman who had stepped into her permanent role in society. The substance that created this look was a dark, syrupy liquid called kanemizu. Its chemistry was simple but effective. You took iron scraps and dissolved them in vinegar to create a brownish solution of ferric acetate. When you added tannins, bitter substances found in tea or gallnuts, the mixture reacted and turned a deep, permanent black. This is almost exactly how iron-gall ink was made. In a physical sense, these women were painting their teeth with a kind of ink, watching the enamel drink up the darkness. But the daily application of this dye did more than change the color. The mixture of iron and tannin coated and sealed the surface of each tooth. Teeth are under constant attack. Acids from food and bacteria in the mouth create a slow grind of erosion that wears down enamel and leads to decay. The film created by ohaguro acted as a physical barrier. It sealed the tooth surface, blocking the acids and bacteria that cause cavities. Modern dentists have a name for this, a dental sealant. Centuries before we understood the chemistry of decay, the women of old Japan were using a version of the same technology to protect their smiles. This wasn't unique to Japan. Similar tooth blackening practices appeared independently across Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, and parts of India. Across these cultures, dark teeth often marked the transition into adulthood. In many places, white teeth were seen as a trait of wild animals. While dressed, dark teeth marked a person as fully part of the civilized world. The tradition ended abruptly. In 1870, as Japan rushed to adopt Western fashion and beauty standards, the government banned ohaguro. A practice that had lasted 1,000 years vanished in a single generation. Today, the glossy black smile exists mostly on the stage, a remnant of a standard that the modern world moved past. This history reminds us that beauty is fluid. What looks bizarre to one century often hides a practical function in another. When we look at the strange rituals of the past, we are often looking at a sophisticated understanding of the body, waiting to be recognized.